In terms of our budget, I think it's probably no news to all of you that right now we're actually running a deficit of about $150 million on the budget. There's a lot of reasons why that's happening. Of course, sales tax revenues are down now because the economy is really difficult. As a small business owner, my business is really struggling to survive. And this is the same all over the country, and definitely in our county. We have to look at how we're spending money, what we can do to live more within our means while still appreciating the people that work in the county, still trying to save jobs. But again, we need to look at how the money's being spent, if there are any programs that could be consolidated or streamlined so that we can reduce duplication and find ways to spend our money more effectively. This is not going to be an easy time for the county, but again, I think if we all pull together and look at things rationally, we'll be able to come to some decisions and do what really needs to be done. One thing that I strongly believe in is that the county, as the fourth largest employer in San Mateo County, really needs to do more to be an engine of job creation. In times of budget deficits, people are, of course, always looking for ways to raise revenue. As we all know, particularly at what we've seen from Sacramento, is you just can't continue to cut, and you can't continue to steal money from other jurisdictions and agencies to try to balance your budget. That's what the current governor has tried to do. It's been a real disaster, and what we need to do in our county is, instead of just trying to reduce, we also have to try to increase the revenues that we have. In my work on the Green Building Task Force, I'm very proud of the fact that we recommended to the county that they look into a new low-cost loan program that will provide money for people who want to do solar or other energy-efficient upgrades to their houses. And now San Mateo County is part of a pilot program through the state of California. It's called California First, which basically does provide low-interest loans for any homeowner to do energy upgrades, and then the loan is repaid through the property tax bill every year. So twice a year you pay for a term of up to 20 years. That bill will go with the property. So in other words, if you decide to sell your home, the next person who buys the home continues to pay on that loan. And of course, it could be repaid early too. The benefit of this is not only to the environment, because we're going to save energy using less fossil fuel, more efficient appliances, better insulation, and all the things that we can do to use less energy, but also it saves the homeowner money in the long run. So eventually this loan does pay for itself. And then finally, it really incents businesses that are doing work in the solar installation industry, producing new insulation materials like ground up blue jeans is one of the most popular items now that's used for attic insulation, because it fluffs when you grind it. It's a great way to recycle a resource, and again, it saves energy. So what we need to be doing increasingly is doing the things for the environment that are also good for the economy. So those are the kinds of initiatives I really want the Board of Supervisors and the county to look at a lot more closely. We're very uniquely positioned in this county between San Francisco, which is a very vibrant metropolis on the north, and Silicon Valley on the south. And I think there's a lot of ways that we can really distinguish ourselves as a county and be a much more active partner in Bay Area and regional politics. One issue that's also extremely important that we need to look at is sea level rise. And I know locally in Pacifica, you've all seen very unfortunate results of what happens through cliff erosion on the ocean side. And we also need to look at and prepare for bay level rise on the other side of the hill. It's predicted that the bay could rise as much as a meter over the next 75 years. We already have communities, Redwood Shores, Foster City, areas of San Mateo, that already have levees that are going to need repair and will continue to need repair in the future. This is a regional issue. I think that there's definitely a way in which the federal government can get involved in this, but we really need to look at this as something that we have to deal with now, not wait or think somehow someone else is going to figure this out for us, because it's not going to happen. One proposal that we're seeing recently is in Redwood City in the tidal baylands. There's a proposal to build up to 12,000 houses, which could create a city almost the size of Menlo Park. This is land that's already below sea level. The people that are proposing it are saying, well, we could build levees, well, we could build dikes, well, we'll build a very sophisticated pumping system to keep it dry. To which my response is, well, is that going to be the 9th Ward of Redwood City then? It's not a good place to be building. We certainly do need housing in this county, but there are other places and infill that we can build that can take care of some of the housing needs that we have. One very sobering fact is that San Mateo County is the #1 county in the state with property and lives at risk from sea level rise. We could stand to lose almost $26 billion in property when you think about it. Genentech in South San Francisco, the San Francisco International Airport, Oracle, the cities of Menlo Park that have bay frontage, San Mateo, part of 101, and also there could be up to 100,000 lives at risk. So the thought of building more in the Baylands and increasing the area at risk by another 30% just doesn't make sense. Now, while the Board of Supervisors wouldn't vote on that kind of a proposal, there's definitely a regional implication in allowing those kinds of projects to even be considered. So we really need to be vigilant about what we want for the future of our county and keeping our people safe.